Welcome back, writers. Yesterday, we talked about adding our feelings to our story, and we talked about some of those feeling words so you could include those so the reader that's reading your story knows how you were feeling when that story was happening. Today, we are going to talk about rereading our story again. I know we've talked about this a couple times, but today we are really going to work on rereading so that we know if our story is finished. Does our story have all the parts that it needs? We are going to learn how to reread and find out. So, writers, today you will need to take out a story that you have been working on. So, I was looking through all my stories and I was trying to figure out which one I might look at. And I am going to look at my bowling alley story in a minute. So I'm going to reread what I wrote and see if I have a good small moment story that's finished or if there are some parts missing. I went bowling at the bowling alley. I put on my shoes and I found a bowling ball to use. I rolled the ball and hit 4 pins. I was so excited, I thought I would burst. All right, so writers, how am I going to know if that story has all the parts? Well, there are some things that you can check for when you reread your stories. So I made a chart that said what makes a small moment story. So here are some things you can think about. The story is true. So when I look at my bowling story, that is a true story. I really did go bowling. So that's okay. It is focused on one small moment. Remember, I didn't tell you everything I did that day. I only talked about going to the bowling alley, getting my ball and shoes, rolling the ball down. So I did focus on one small moment. The story is in order. It tells first, next, and last. If I would have said, I picked up my bowling ball, I rolled it and hit 4 pins, I went to the bowling alley, that wouldn't make sense. So writers, make sure that your story is in the right order. The pictures have details. So I need to look at my story. Do I have enough detail in my pictures? Is there something I could add that would help my reader know what I was talking about or what my story was about? The story has thoughts and feelings. We talked about that yesterday. I added in the part where I was so excited that I hit 4 pins. So, writers, today when you pull out your story and think, I'm done with this, I want you to read it one more time and think about these things. Is your story true? Does it focus on one small moment? Is it in the right order? Do the pictures have enough details? Did you add how you were feeling in your story? And writers, if you can go through and check off all those things on that list, then your story is done. You can slide it in the red side of your writing folder and you can choose a new story to start on. If you find a part that's missing in your story, you can add it in. Sometimes you might have space to add it on the line. Sometimes your lines might be full and you might kind of go down and make your own line on the bottom. That's okay too. So before saying, I'm done with this story, reread, writers. That will help you know whether your story really is done or if there's something you need to add or fix. So have a great time rereading today. I hope that you find parts you can fix up to make this your best small moment story ever. Writers, have a wonderful day. I will see you soon and keep writing.